Previously on the Ron Van Dam Show.
This should be fun. Tiny little sandwiches, children, dogs. There's kind of nothing more disgusting in the world. I don't know what's going to happen here. Relax, come on. I'm not going to hurt you.
And now, today's episode.
On the air everywhere, this is New England Broadcasting.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
There we go. Hey, welcome to the program. It's the Ron Van Dam Show. Guess which one I am? Make yourself comfortable. This is going to be exhausting. This is going to be worse than going to a bar mitzvah. This is even worse than that. Have you ever attended a bar mitzvah? Oh my God. The rabbi says to the 13-year-old kid, now you are a man. And I don't know if you're allowed to heckle at a bar mitzvah, but I would stand up and go, no, he's not. No, he's not. Years old, you're a man? Are you serious? I'm still wetting my pants at 13. Are you kidding me? You're a man at 13? Hey, if you're a man at 13 years old in the Jewish religion, go out and get a job, move out, get out of my hair. You're a man. Give me a break. I don't know. Dogs are so cute, aren't they? You go to a park or somewhere and there's a dog there. You're walking down the street, someone's walking a dog. And it's like the world stops. Oh my God. Oh, you have got the cutest little... What kind of dog is... How old is the dog? What kind of dog? Oh, it's the cutest little... I can't believe... I was on my way to a funeral, but I'm going to be late because... Your dog is so cute. Oh my God. What do you feed your dog? What is your dog? Oh, that's so nice, dog. If you're late to a funeral, does it matter? I mean, seriously? I can understand being late to a wedding because you don't want to miss anything. Actually, there's nothing to miss. Actually, the later you get to a wedding, the more palatable it is. But funerals, man, it doesn't matter if you're late. Most people that go to funerals don't even know the person that died. You're there to support the living members that you know. You don't necessarily know the deceased. So there's really no rush to show up. It's a long thing, and nobody turns around and says, "Where's Ted from The Office? Where is he? We're in the middle of a funeral. He's missing all the good parts." You don't hear that at a funeral. Although, the one thing I never understood about a funeral is that the person has passed. There's no rush anymore to get anywhere, and yet in a funeral procession, they can run red lights. Wow, that's like, what's the rush? I mean, why are we going through red lights like this? I mean, It's different than somebody in an ambulance. You're trying to save their life, get them to the hospital as soon as possible to revive them. I can understand going through lights at that point. But the person in the back of the hearse is not in any real rush. Hey, that's insensitive. What the hell am I doing? That's insensitive. That's what I do. Welcome to the program. It's the Ron Van Dam Show. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody who has made this show what it is. Either I thank you or I say it's your fault. I don't know which one. In any event, today we're going to talk about CBD oil. At the end of the program, we have a great guest, a Dr. Ingram. He's been a guest on the program quite frequently. He believes in not taking this pharmaceutical stuff. He believes in taking natural things. And CBD oil is the big talk of the day. Yeah, it doesn't get you high. It just makes you feel like, well, I don't care anymore. I just don't care. It's the big thing, man. It cures everything. Headache, anxiety, excessive toe jam, stinky armpits, most diseases, cured immediately. The CBD oil, I don't know what the hell's in this thing. Well, it's cannabis oil without the high stuff involved. Most of you are saying, well, why'd you take the high stuff out? Well, first of all, it's not legal in every state to have the high stuff in it. You like why I refer to it as the high stuff? That's the stuff that makes you high. It's not in CBD oil, but somehow it makes you feel really good and relaxed. And I'm wondering, and we'll talk to the doctor soon, but I'm wondering how much of that is water pills. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like, because you think that CBD oil can cure whatever you have, when you take a few drops of the oil, you psychologically feel like it's amazing, it's doing stuff, it's curing me, when it may indeed not be doing that. Now, I don't know. I guess tests have been run. I don't know. I'm a talk show host. I'm not a freaking scientist. But I think there's an element of that placebo thing in it. Is it placebo or placenta? I get confused between the two. Mrs. Johnson, we've taken a look at your placebo, and it's really not there. You think it is, but it's really not. Or the other mistake would be that your doctor has prescribed a pill, and it could be a placenta. And I don't know what to say about that. The doctor told me I wasn't really taking the drug. He was giving me placentas. Can you believe that? Wow, you really got mixed up. Yeah, I know, they sound so much alike. You know what else sounds alike? Oh, this is a horrible problem. Oh, this is horrible. You go to a store, especially a supermarket, and they scan all your stuff, and it's finished, and the cashier looks at you and says, debit or credit? And I say, credit. And she says, debit? I said, look, they made these two opposite things sound exactly alike. What's going to be, credit or debit? What did you say? What you said, it's so much the same. So now I have to enunciate very carefully when I'm standing in front of the cashier. I'm sorry, will that be credit or debit? That'll be credit. Because so many times I say credit, and they say, how much money do you want back? And I say, well, I don't really get money back with credit, but as long as you're asking, maybe a couple of $100 would be nice. She says, oh, you mean credit? I said, yeah, I think I said that, but I don't. There's a language barrier because I speak English and apparently you don't. But I'm not upset. It's just a small little mistake that someone made. You made. Because I enunciate. I'm in radio. I enunciate perfectly. I hold no accent. And I said, credit. I'm sorry. And how much money do you want back? Oh, come on. Yeah, those two words are really close. It should be called the credit card or the how much money do you want back card. I'm always surprised by people who have debit cards and they use them to make a purchase, and when the cashier says, how much money do you want back? They say, nothing. I said, what are you, crazy, man? They're offering you money. What are you, nuts? At what point in your life do you look back and say, oh, think of all the times they offered me money and I turned them down. I could have been rich. I know it's your own money. I get it. It's just tempting. It's a tempting question. You can't, how much money do you want? I don't care where it's coming from. Let's go to town. You know what I'm saying? How do you turn that down? How do you turn that down? Anyway, we're going to talk about CBD oil later on in the show. I had a little scare this morning. No, nobody popped out from inside a closet wearing a mask. Nothing like that. I couldn't find my cell phone. And I knew I had it last night before I went to bed. And I woke up and I couldn't find my cell phone. Where did I put my cell phone? And one way to find your cell phone, if you can't find it, which is what we're talking about, is you get on another phone and you call your cell phone, and your cell phone rings, and you know where it is. And I thought, whoa, what if this was a Twilight Zone episode, and I can't find my cell phone, and I go to another phone and I dial my cell phone number, and I hear it ring in another room, but before I can hang up the phone, the person on the other end of my phone, someone picks it up and says, hello, this is Ron. Wow, that's scary. Wouldn't that be weird, man? You call your own number and you pick it up. Do you follow me here? Do you follow me? That's Twilight Zone stuff. I lost my cell phone. Who are you? I'm Ron. Well, you're not Ron. I'm Ron. I'm Ron calling my cell phone. Why would you call yourself? I thought I lost my cell phone. Well, you didn't. I'm Ron. No, you're not. I'm Ron. I'm afraid not. I'm afraid I'm Ron. No. Oh, my God. Is this a Twilight Zone? I'm Ron. No, I'm not going to argue with you. This is my phone. I picked it up. I am Ron. And let me ask you something else. Do you want cash back? Do you want any money back? Yes, $200, please. That would be scary. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be very, very scary. I was watching Dr. Phil a few days ago, and I started throwing up. I'm sorry, Dr. Phil. I used to love your show. You were just a notch above the Jerry Springer show. Just a notch, not a lot. But I felt good. I was watching people who had horrifically horrible problems in relationships. One lady was on the show. She thought she was a cow. That kind of, the joke, Dr. Phil, I'm a cow. Oh, why don't you just stop being a cow? What, and give up all that milk? That kind of joke. Those kinds of, I like that because I felt very good about myself. When I see other people with extreme problems, I say to myself, I'm good. Yeah, this comparatively, I'm good. I like that. Then Dr. Phil started getting into these very heavy topics, like interviewing the father of a girl that was abducted and murdered. And I thought, Phil, this is not entertaining. This is awful. But Dr. Phil's eyes light up when he's investigating, or he's talking to people that are involved in murders and things. Phil gets like very, very excited, like, ooh, let's talk murder. Oh, Phil, you're starting to creep me out. You're starting to creep me out. The other thing Dr. Phil does, I don't know if you watch his show, you probably shouldn't. He's all of a sudden, he's Mr. Promotion. He won't stop. He promotes his wife's skincare company, which obviously, he just got her that because she was just sitting around the house all day. His two sons, one of them is in a musical rock band. The other one wrote a book and is doing something to help other people. And all his friends come on who wrote books, and other psychotherapists and life coaches, they wrote books. And when he introduces them, he goes through a 5-minute thing about their book. I mean, like, Phil, Jesus, get back to the original show. Let's see some dysfunctional people and get on with it, man. Stop this aggrandizing promotion. Your ego is almost as large as Trump's. Not quite. No one can get there, really. But you're getting close to Trump's ego problem. So tone it down, Phil. Tone it down. I don't think Dr. Phil listens to this show. He's been on this show twice, by the way. And both times, very clinical, very... Anyway, whatever. He was on our show about 4 years ago or something, and he apparently has pre-diabetes or diabetes. I think he has diabetes, if I remember correctly. And we were talking about that. That was the subject matter, and he said he had diabetes. And I said, oh, okay, thank you. I don't know what to do. Someone says to you stuff, we don't know what to do. When someone walks up to you and says, I have a bad leg. I can't walk very well. I have a bad leg. My response is usually, oh, wow. What are you supposed to say? Well, maybe it's a bad leg, but I got to tell you, it looks good. Looks good. Doesn't look bad to me. I mean, it's a good-looking leg. What are you supposed to say to that? Yeah, I don't know. I have groin problems and kidney problems. Oh, okay. Well, going to rain tomorrow, I hear. I don't know what to say to the people who volunteer information like that. Anyway, I guess the answer is CBD oil. CBD oil. That should take care of everything, apparently. I don't know. All right, and we're going to talk about CBD oil momentarily, by the way. It's not going to be too long from now. That's what momentarily means. I heard the President of the United States, this Donald Trump guy, you hear of him? He actually doesn't know how to talk. He says we're going to go down to the storm region where the tornadoes hit, and we're going to visit those people and see if we can't help. Don, we're going to go visit the place where the tornado was and see if we can help, not see if we can't help. I know you can't help. All you can do is throw paper towel rolls to people in a very subservient manner as far as the paper towel recipients are concerned. I'm the president. I'm throwing you a roll of paper towels. I'm flinging paper towels towards you. Thanks, Don. That'll clean up the mess from the tornado. Thank you very much. Same way it did from the people in Puerto Rico. You threw paper towels at them. Thanks a lot. Couple of rolls. That'll clean everything up in Puerto Rico, too. Good job there, Don. Thank you for the message and the symbolism. Yeah, good deal. Donald, let's go see if we can't help. I know you can't help. There's no reason to go. Let's see if we can help is the proper phrase, you freaking moron. Do I seem bitter? Me? God, no. Not bitter. I'm not. Things are just wonderful, right? Anyway. I don't know if I'm eating properly. I don't mean it in the way you think, like I'm putting food in my nose. I don't think I'm eating properly. I'm trying to stuff spaghetti into my ears. I don't think I'm eating spaghetti properly. No, I mean in the sense I don't think I'm eating properly is because I seem to get digestive gas from a lot of stuff. I know this isn't the kind of thing you want to hear in a radio show, but I'm just saying. I usually, if something happens to me, it happens to you. We're very close that way. Get a lot of gas. And lately, when I wake up in the morning, besides not being able to find my cell phone, my stomach starts making noises, and it's little gurgles. It's making little gurgly sounds in my stomach. Did you ever see the movie Alien? Where, is it Alien or Aliens? I don't know if it's plural or singular. I have no idea. And there's a guy in a spaceship, and his stomach starts rumbling, and then it starts undulating, and this alien creature pops out of his stomach. That's what I feel like. I feel like there's something in there. Maybe it's a placebo. There's something in there. I don't know what it is, but it's starting to make noise and it's starting to move around a little bit. And I know I'm not pregnant because I'm a guy, and I don't think that's really a possibility. Although these days you don't know. So many things don't make sense, and yet they do occur. That's true. You don't know what's going on. You have no idea. You have no idea what's going on. You think you do. You have no idea.
Hey, are you looking for wine? You got a party coming up or something? Special occasion stuff, and you need wine? Well, you need to come on over to Jimmy's Wine-O-Rama and get some. I'm Jimmy. Hey, how are you? I've got all the best wine, and I have personally tried each and every one of them a number of times because I'm Jimmy. Hey, how are you? Jimmy's Wine-O-Rama, that's me, and it's the place to get wine. I'm an expert. We have specials this week. Cabernet Sauvignon. It's red wine, and it's like $10. Or maybe you want to be drinking Pinot Perino. It's white, chicks like it, and it's $7. So you come here. It's Jimmy's Wine-O-Rama. It's wine, bunch of it. I'm Jimmy, and I may have a problem, but you won't have any problem saving money on wine at Jimmy's Wine-O-Rama. I'm Jimmy. Hey, how are you? I think I already said that. Did I say that already? I said that already.
Dr. Cass Ingram joins us now. He's an author of many books about similar subject matter. This one's The Cannabis Cure. He's on this show more than I am, actually. I don't know how that works out.
Nothing much. How's it been going? Good to talk to you again.
Nothing. Yeah, you too. This is an interesting subject because I must admit that I'm a bit confused about this. Everybody's talking about CBD oil like it's a miracle drug that came down from the mountains of the Himalayas or something.
Exactly.
Many people swear by it. Here we are. I mean, it cures pain. It helps your mood, your disposition. Is it everything it's cracked up to be?
I think it's been overplayed, really. There is some benefit because we were denied any kind of sort of marijuana oil or CBD oil or hemp oil for about, since the 1930s, that's 80, 90 years, 100 years. And that used to be in every doctor's black bag called cannabis indica extract.
Really?
See? Oh. Yeah, they use an ethanolic extract. And so it was used for pain, and it was sort of unreliable. And that's what's going to happen with CBD. There's so much processing, so much manipulation, so many people getting into the market, so many newbies without any real proper understanding of natural medicines, newbies. Money's here, money's there, CBD shops and so forth, that the quality is poor. Mm-hmm. And so the results are going to be mixed. Now, when I wrote the book, The Cannabis Cure, as I'm an expert in herbal medicine.
Yes, you are.
And there is some benefit, believe me, to CBD. Even synthetic CBD has a value. There was a study on epilepsy where even cannabidiol, just one of the molecules, was effective somewhat. But I tried several of the CBDs, and I did not find them to be effective to my level of quality control.
Right.
And they did some things. In fact, the one that I tried, the paste, made me feel like I was stoned.
Really?
So I started investigating this, and I contacted the big players who make the raw material that all the people are buying.
Yes.
And I found out they're processing it.
Oh.
You see? There's a big difference between unprocessed, because I'll talk about the history. They're processing it with ethanol, with isopropyl alcohol, acetone wash.
Oh, no.
Heat causes something like a THC reaction. because you smoke, you get the reaction.
Yeah.
Now, so I went back to the history again, and in my book, and my new book, The Hemp Oil Miracle, I found that they used to just chew on it.
Yeah.
In the raw.
Yeah.
Back in the, in the Arabic Islamic times and the Mongols and the Indians and so forth, there was a bit of smoking. But most of the time they were in India, they were just grinding it up and putting it with milk and honey and turmeric or whatever and drinking it.
Wow.
You see?
Okay. I tried this a little while ago. There's so many different ways to apply them, topically, ingestingly, behind the tongue, and coconut water, all this kind of stuff.
What did you get for a reaction?
You know, not as great as I had expected. Exactly what you said. The expectations were so high that it was hard to reach them. And I was also confused about the dosage amount.
Yeah, the dosage is a real nightmare.
Yeah.
You see, there's an old Islamic Arabic proverb about 1100s of a guy, a scholar, who said, if you want to turn a dummy or a dense person into an intellectual powerhouse, then make them chew on a little bit of a cannabis ball. So they would take the cannabis resin and make it into a ball, and then you just take a nip. Now, that's not heated.
Right.
So what I discovered is the crude extract, unheated, is effective.
Okay.
It's reliable. But when you start heating it and you start concentrating, you make, I'm going to have 500 milligrams of CBD. No, mine's 1,000.
Right.
I was the highest bidder. Here's a bottle for $250. It's got 1,200.
Yes.
And
yes.
It's stupid.
But how do you acquire real CBD oil that's not processed?
There's only one brand right now. It's the Hempenol. Hempenol, and also what I put on my website. I won't process it. Hemp Alive. Hemp Alive, I'll tell you about in a minute. But Hempenol is a pretty well-known brand. And let me tell you something. I was working with them because I said, look, if I'm going to write the book, I got to have a product to recommend. I'm not going to recommend CBD.
Correct.
So they kindly put it out. They checked with the DEA, and they said, don't put CBD, don't mess around, just put hemp oil, hempenol, hemp extract. So they do a supercritical extract, and they leave it alone. They put it in olive oil. Sometimes they add hops and chamomile to make hempenol PM, which I rely on when I can't sleep. It knocks me out. I think I wrote 30 books on insomniac for about 30, 50 years. But I found it works clinically. Now, here's what they found. When you concentrate it, manipulate it, put into extra CBD, isolate it, and put in extra, it shuts the receptors off. Receptors are quite delicate. The receptors don't need much. How much pot can you take in? Right. How much cinnamon or cloves or hops or black pepper? Do you put 5 teaspoons of black pepper on your salad? Do you put a teaspoon or 2 of cinnamon in your cappuccino? So these cannabinoid sources, we can take too much.
Yeah.
You see?
To the point where it's ineffective because the body is just. I mean, I did with melatonin. It's very effective for a couple of days, and then not.
Then it fizzles.
Yeah, and then I have to wait like a couple of weeks, and
you
got to
try that hemp. We got to get you some of that hemp. You're a talk host. We got to get you some of that Hempenol PM and the Hempenol Super Strength CF. Yeah. They're the only things I'm dispensing because my reputation. I got to get the results. If I tell you that the cannabis extract or hemp extract is going to help your child with epilepsy, I don't want you coming back to me and saying it was useless.
That's a little more impactful than getting a little sleep. What is the difference between CBD oil and hemp oil? I'm confused on that count, or are they same?
CBD oil by nature is heat treated or solvent extracted. All right. And to concentrate it and to clarify it, to remove the waxes, resins, and flavorings, to make it a more CBD product. And hemp oil is just the crude resin raw, or it could be extracted with alcohol. So either the resin extracted with alcohol by itself, no manipulation, or what we call CO2 extract. Now, this is interesting, case history. An entire health food store, of people got sick with migraine headaches from taking CBD oil, which is supposed to cure migraine.
Interesting.
What they discovered was it was being extracted with butane gas. Now,
Oh my God.
yeah, I mean, that's lighter fluid.
Yes.
Are you going to go on sniffing lighter fluid? I mean, that's basically what you're doing.
No, I mean, when I was younger and I smoked pot, that was often laced with formaldehyde. You know,
Yeah, of
you know what
course.
that does.
That's the problem is the pesticide residue, the formaldehyde, the hexane. And I mean, but if you could, like the old Arabic proverb, get a little ball of cannabis or a little ball of hashish, little resin. They used to collect the resin by running back and forth through the fields with leather on or naked, and then they would scrape it off because the resin. And then they would form it into balls, which would then be added to hot milk or eaten. Now we changed everything. We made CBD oil. We could get the benefits of the cannabis or the hemp if we did it the way historically the people did. Now, what did they do for smoking? They made incense.
Yeah, I mean, it's also interesting in your book that you don't necessarily recommend smoking medical marijuana or using medical marijuana at all.
No, I mean, you're going to burn up 90% of the active ingredients.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you can burn it up into a smoke.
Yeah.
They used to incense it, though. A little bit more of a slow burn.
Right.
But they mixed it with frankincense and myrrh.
Yeah.
And they would make the pellets, and then they would incense it, and everybody would inhale it from a distance.
Right. Like
But
secondhand
mixing it
smoke.
with tobacco, rolling it up in a joint.
No. That's not really healthy.
No, I mean, you get carbon monoxide. I'm not going to, even, look, if I had a terminal illness, I would try to get an extract and take the drops or capsules. I'm not interested in the carbon monoxide myself.
Yes.
Or the carbon dioxide. That's me. Now, if somebody's got a medical card, I'm behind them, if they have to smoke because they've got MS. But you're going to get better results if you use...
It's the natural stuff. All right. So there is a way to get what we're talking about without the processed. And what we've learned here today from you, what I've learned, is that most of this is processed, has additives, and is not as effective as anything that's pure, which kind of goes with everything these days.
Yeah, it does go with everything. Some of the CBD oil is pretty well useless.
Yeah.
They've done so much manipulation.
And expensive, very expensive.
Yeah, and that's a scam.
Yeah.
Quality hemp oil shouldn't be more than $70 an ounce. $100, $200, $300 makes no sense.
Right.
If you take too much, you get negative results. You're blowing the money. Here's another thing. When I helped the company, the big powers cut off the company, saying we're not selling the crude extract anymore. We're making too much money manipulating it into CBD oil. So then they had to go to Colorado and get somebody there.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to make their own in a farm. Because they're just... So hempenol is reliable. Get the results. Case history, opiate addiction for 30 years. The guy fell out of a tree. He was trimming the tree while he was 50 feet up. How smart is that?
Yeah, not too smart.
So he smashed everything up.
Yeah.
And I got rid of the opiates with the hempenol super strength.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, we're stuck.
I mean,
Denver has just, I think, passed a law that makes medical usage of mushrooms legal now, which is like, wow.
You mean hallucinatory mushrooms?
Yeah. Weird stuff.
Denver's supposed to be, I don't know, something.
The guinea pig of...
Yeah,
of
and so there is some medicine in there, but you just want to wonder, make sure people are knowledgeable and they investigate this and not.
Well, I'll tell you, your book and your conversation could be like. I mean, this is what's happening now. Everybody's talking about this, and it's just becoming available. But there's the pure stuff is available. I've learned the difference between the two. Let's talk about the hempenol and the hemp live. How do we
Hempenol is fantastic. You've got the one with the oregano, which is the most strong for pain and inflammation.
Yeah, you've talked about oregano before, how that in itself is
it's
quality.
a CBD.
Yeah.
So if you combine the two together, the resins together, no way, it's 50 times more powerful than CBD oil for the pain component, for migraine. That's what I gave also for the addiction, for the opiate addiction. And a guy was Zoloft for 30 years. Finally, he's got no job, 2 PhDs. I said, you're nuts. Get rid of the stupid Zoloft. He was nuts. He got rid of the Zoloft, and he went and started driving in Uber. 2 PhDs, and he's in Uber. But at least he's doing something.
Yeah.
So there's that. There's also hempenol CF, which is just the pure resin. And then you have the hempenol PM. Now, listen to this. Now, that PM is extremely potent, extremely effective, knock you into REM sleep. But there's also hempenol brain detox, where the wild berries and the hemp together. Case history. The guy had a stroke. He's a feeder. Now, I know for sure the crude extract works. He took the brain detox and the hempenol CF. He left the nursing home and went home, and right now we're interviewing him. He seems to be completely normal. So there is the cannabinoids in a raw state, just like the old scholar said. Look at me. Radio shows, TV, seminars. Now I'm writing my 30th book. This stuff's done something for me, too.
And Cass is also 270 years old, so it's amazing.
That's right. Mama Cass is ready to go again.
Okay. You can Google Dr. Cass Ingram. He has written multitudes and multitudes and dozens of books. He is the expert in not popping pills, but indeed.
And your mom and pop store, go harass. I got them all over New England.
Yeah.
Go harass the mom and pop store. Say, I don't want the trendy. I want this hempenol. I want something that's natural. I don't want this solvents.
Yeah.
Especially cancer. Cancer patients can't take solvents.
How do we get more information here?
Go to AmericanWildFoods.com. My books are there. The products are there to look at. AmericanWildFoods.com. And some of the premier health food stores should know about my work. The Cannabis Cure. And soon I want to send you the book, The Hemp Oil Miracle, with some products.
Excellent. Excellent. We'll talk again soon. I know that.
Okay. Bye now.
Dr. Cass Ingram, thank you. You've been delectable today. You really have been wonderful, and I do appreciate it. This has been an experience I'll never forget. Well, actually, I will forget it, to be honest with you. In about a couple of minutes, it's like it never happened. It's the brain cells, man. It's that CBD oil. By the way, anything we talk about on this program, product-wise, we do not condone, endorse, or anything like that. That's totally up to you. So until next time, I wish you peace.